Hey guys, there's this video that is trending online right now. The video is about a maid. According to the story, they said the maid was trying to mix a urine with her boss's cooking oil, and she was caught in the process. You know, ever since the news emerged, a lot of people they have talked down on the girl. They have insulted her family. They have bullied her. They said a lot of horrible things about her. Um, but one thing that they are not asking: how well was her boss treating her? That is the question I want to ask everyone. How well was her boss treating her? I will always ask this question, and I need an answer. How well was her boss treating her? She may have done the wrong thing. I'm not trying to justify her actions, don't get me wrong. But what I'm trying to ask is that how well was her boss treating her? You all have seen and heard cases of bosses treating their maid in a horrible way, you know, to the extent of some of them using a hot pressing iron to burn their maid. Some of them, they used big stick to beat up their maid. They used belt, they used knife. Some of them hot water. A lot of some of these bosses have treated their maids in horrible ways. We have seen these things, we have heard these things, and no one wants to look to that direction. All they care about, oh, this little girl is evil. Why did she do that? Let's watch the video first, then we continue uh, with our talks. Let's watch the video first, guys. Go ahead.
Then you now video the and the oil.
Wait, put it so not even one tear. Not doing
Red oil.
Yeah.
Red oil that is inside. And what she is holding is not red oil, it's urine that she is holding.
Her menstruation.
Jesus!
Yeah, she's asking. Yeah.
Jesus!
Talk now. You, I said. She starts to pour.
Okay, she was asked to pour this oil. As you can see, this is a bigger container of the red oil. And she was asked to pour from this to this other one so that it can be easily used. And she dropped the oil, went and urinated inside the cup that she's holding. What she's holding is menstruation urine. Intention was to pour
Open your hand
into the red oil, but fortunately for her, our boss caught her red-handed with what she's holding. That is,
she's an Igbo girl.
She's an Igbo girl. Where are you from?
Imo State.
From Imo State.
And her name is Faith.
What's the other name?
Bring the cup down a bit so that you can see inside the cup.
Don't let the thing pour into my this milk.
Aduchi.
And what's your surname? I can't hear you. Odemena. Her name is Faith Aduchi from Imo State. Where's your village in Imo?
It's Abia.
From Abia State.
So she's from Abia.
You're from Abia State. What's the name of the village? Umosonike. So she's an Igbo girl from Umosonike in Abia State.
Guys, you saw the video, right? It really breaks my heart to see people in this kind of situation. If you look at her closely, you see that this girl is not worth taking care of. This girl is being abused by the boss. Like I said before, this is not to justify our actions. I just want to spill out the truth so that you will know that why some of these maids do what they do is because of the way their bosses are treating them. We all are all humans, and we are equal in the sight of God. So, if you are treating your maid badly, if you are maltreating your maid, you have to deviate from such act. Okay? And I want to give a word of advice to all these bosses. You see the people handling your food and the people taking care of your children. You have to treat them nice. You have to treat them nice. If you don't treat the people that handles your food and the people that take care of your children, that means you are heading towards your doom. You have seen cases where maids run away with their boss's children. You have seen cases where maids poisoned their bosses. All these things are on the news. We hear them every day. Sometimes we witness them. So they are not lies. So if you are one of those bosses treating your maids bad, refrain from such act because you are going to regret it later. All right? That minute, that moment that your maid is taking care of your food, your life is like this to them. They can take you out anytime. That is why it is always good to be nice to your maids. And those of you who will be going out and your children are all dressed up and the maid will be wearing bedroom slippers or bedroom flip-flops or whatever, and your children, they are dressed up in Italian shoes, American shoes, you know, when people see your children and your maid outside, it's very easy to differentiate that this is a maid. If that is your own case, if people can differentiate between your maid and your children, that means you are worse than the Jezebel. You are worse than the Jezebel. As for me, if I have a maid today, I will treat my maid the same way I will treat my children. I will correct my maid the same way I will correct my children. If your maid, if your maid is looking tattered, and your children are looking all dressed up and nice, and people notice that, you are worse than a Jezebel. You have to change your ways. If you don't change your ways, it's going to get back at you. You might be saying the maid is nothing. Yeah, they don't have anything. The parents, they live in the mothers in the village, or they are trash, right? That is what you think. This life revolves around in a circle. Your own children might need the help of this maid tomorrow. You don't know. You yourself, you don't even know when you are going to leave this world. You don't even know. You don't know if it's tonight. You don't know if it's tomorrow. You might sleep and not wake up. And I want to emphasize this for the orphans. Those maids that are orphans, they have no mother, they have no father. You have to be careful of those maids. Those orphans, I mean the orphaned ones. I'm not saying it is right to treat the ones that are not orphans. I'm just telling you to be careful of those ones that are orphans. They have no mother, they have no father. The only person that fights for them is God. That is the only person that fights for them. So don't think maybe they have no father, they have no mother, nobody is going to fight for them. And I will use this medium to talk to the men too. If you are a man, you are running your home, I know you are not always available. You're doing one business or the other, to put food on the table, but your wife is always at home. Try to ask the maid questions when you suspect anything. Ask the maid, what is going on? Like, how are you faring? Try to interact with them, try to, know what is going on with them. Don't just throw a blind eye, because what that woman is doing to that maid is going to creep gradually into your marriage. It's going to creep gradually into your relationship. So don't think your wife is a maid, that's why your wife is treating her like that or treating him like that. Don't think that. Whatever she's doing to that maid, she's going to do it to you. It's just not going to be the same time, but she's going to do it to you. If you don't stop that bad character, when you notice it, it's going to affect you in the future. All right. So bosses, try to treat your maid the same way you will want people to treat your own children. That maid is somebody's child. That maid, she's somebody's child. And don't, because that maid, that the maid's situation is like this today, because the maid's situation is like this today, doesn't mean her life is or her life is going to remain like that. Doesn't mean that. Like I said before, this world revolves around. Whatever you sow now is what you will reap in front of you. So you have to deviate from such acts of treating your maids in a bad way. Refrain from it. It's not a good thing to do. And if people can easily notice between your maid and your children, that means you are worse than Jezebel. So if you are one of those people doing all these horrible things to maid, stop it. Stop it. Because you don't know what that maid is going to become tomorrow. Stop it. This brings me to the end of this video. If this is your first time of coming across my video, please like, comment, share, and follow my page for more videos. I will see you next time on my video. You have a nice day, and God bless.